Good morning. It is Friday the 13th, May the 13th, 2016, and time to start another trading day, and we're going to start the trading day with equities around the globe lower. I'm sure it's all because of Friday the 13th. Nothing else. It'll be explained away that way. We can blame the weather for bad numbers. Let's blame the 13th of the month for the selling so far overnight. It is the end of the week. It is a major news day. The major news coming out of Asia is over this weekend when we get the rest of China's economic numbers. The EU once again showed economic slowing with their numbers, and today, based on the way the markets are trading, looks like traders are anticipating a lower than expected retail sales number and consumer sentiment number. It is a post-auction day. This usually brings a pause day in treasuries. We guessed yesterday that we would close today at 130.25, which would be the average price for this week's auction. It is settlement day, and so far it looks like we're on pace to do that. So today is going to be defined and driven by numbers. Retail sales is expected to recover because of the recovery of the automobile sales in April. Transportation plus 0.5. PPI could come in lower than forecast, plus 0.3. Core plus 0.1. Business inventories up 0.2. Consumer sentiment can come in lower than forecast, 89.7. Last month it missed, or 2 weeks ago it missed. And Baker Hughes rig count, don't know what it'll be. Last week it was 451. For treasuries, the focus will be retail sales, transportation, consumer sentiment, and the E-minis reaction to such. For the E-mini, the focus will be those two numbers. So, looks like we're trying to trade up. We got P's right here. 28.31 is the buck. We've had half-hour rotational highs at 28, 29, 30.5, 31.5, 131.02. So, selling failure to take out 28 to the buck. It's probably the easiest trade to see. Our first piece of big news will come at 8:30 Eastern. Then 3 to 7 would be sell 2. Don't see the market breaking out without some help from the E-mini today. On the buy side, probably the cleanest break in the market is right here at 22. Would like to buy against 20, but it may take 24s, 25s to get in. So buy 1 is going to be 20 to 24. Buy 2 is going to be 13 to 17. And we'll see what happens. Boy, it'd be a tough crew in our room here to play Jeopardy against. I wouldn't want to go against some of those people that knew. How many people would know how many Friday the 13th there are? Off the top of their head. Not me. Have a P, but we also have a trading range right now. So, first resistance is going to be 8 to 12. We've got this 16 to 20, so 15 to 19 will be sell 1. 27 to 31, sell 2. Again, I think it'll take some help from the E-mini to get up to our number 2 sell band. First little band of support, 28 to the buck. So 21.25, buy 1. And buy 2, 9 to 13. Looking at gold, we liked the buy side yesterday. We had the 60 to 65 as basically support. We got down to 63. We've got resistance basically at 80, so it's a 70 minus, 80 plus market. So again, I think it takes some help from the E-mini to break the market out of its current range. Sell 1, 79 to 81. Sell 2, 85, 87. On the buy side, 70 to 72, buy 1. 65, 67, buy 2. You know, what has happened to our economy, and it's going to accelerate as jobs change and the requirements for jobs change, is that flexibility. You know, they talk about it in terms of being able to be retrained, etc. And it takes me back to when I was trying to decide what to do, and when I went into college, what to major in. And the liberal arts degree gives you the training and flexibility. I mean, you're trained in communication, you're trained in analysis, you're trained in all sorts of things. And you're very, very broadly based. You can read, you can write, you can do arithmetic. You got a historical perspective. And that gives you the foundation or the flexibility that you need to change. And I remember back in college, university, that the argument was with the accountant, and just focus and train, become a technician, whatever it is, or the engineer, etc. And they stepped into jobs that were pretty lucrative compared to a liberal arts degree. I ended up with a liberal arts industrial management degree, and then on to a master's degree after the service. But it's that flexibility, that ability to shift gears, to change your focus, to be able to adapt to what's going on. And that flexibility and that ability to adapt is really, really one of the requirements of being a good trader, because things change. And you've seen us go from a 3-minute to a 5-minute time frame right now. You've seen us have to change our stops from 2 points to 3 points in the E-mini. You see that we take V-tops and V-bottoms now, especially when the market's really, really volatile. We feed on that volatility. And so flexibility, the ability to recognize that things are changed. Nothing is forever. Nothing is locked or chiseled in stone forever, is really, really important to your survival as a trader. Now, you have to be able to recognize what has changed and what hasn't changed. You have to be able to look beneath the surface to figure it all out. And those are skills that other people can help you develop and mentor you with for a bit, and then it's up to you to enter the trader's kingdom. 1375, sell 1, sell 2, 14 even. On the buy side, we had 40 to 50 last night. Right now, I mean, that's probably as good as any. 40 to 50 is where support was. 45 to 50. I mean, 40 to 45 maybe be better. And then 25 for buy 2. Like the short side of the market just as much as Mario Draghi likes the short side of the market. But this will react to the news too, and if the news comes in lower than forecast, the euro will rally. So we've got to absorb retail sales. It won't pay much attention to consumer sentiment, but retail sales it will pay attention to. And if it comes in lower than forecast, as the market tells us it might, if you look at equities, then I would expect the euro to rally and test the 114 area before sellers step up. Okay, crude, which way will that go? It is pointed lower. It is trying to break. Iraq came out yesterday and said, hey, we're going to be talking in June. We're going to get this thing settled out. Yeah, we can cut production. And that's cheaper than buying futures. So, pretty clean break in the market at 46. We find ourselves right now, there's sellers at 46.50. So 50 to 75, which is where we were last night, sell one. 47, 47 and a quarter, sell two. Have no idea how retail sales will actually impact the trading. I've got this low down here, so we'll make 45.50 to 75. Buy one. Might take a 46 to get in. And 45, 45 and a quarter for buy two. Fundamentals say we should be lower. We're not. When bad news doesn't break a market, watch out. Very easy to get a short squeeze going. And there was a lot of hedging done in that 45 area. And we're above that, well above that now. If you can deliver in, it's not a problem. But if you can't deliver in, yes, it is a problem. Okay, here we are in the E-mini. I think this 2060 area is pretty important. Resistance starts at 55. We got buyers below 50 once again. So pretty good support. This low volume area 45. Pretty good resistance 55 to 60. It's going to be down to the news. Retail sales plus 0.9 due to the rebound in automobiles. Ex transportation plus 5. Can come in lower. These numbers can come in lower than forecast. PPI plus 0.3. That could come in lower than forecast. Core plus 0.1, probably as forecast. Business inventories plus 0.2. No one will pay any attention to it. Consumer sentiment 89.7. That'll be the second big number. Comes along later. So that's number 2 on the focus. Ex transportation is number 1. And in support at 45 to 50 is where we find ourselves. So buy one. And we do have news that can move the market is 45, 47. Then our 35 to 40. Sell 1 is 55, 57. Sell 2 is 60 to 65. And we'll adjust those after the news. Gonna take a bit to get everything up and posted. Gonna get busy on that. Back with you as soon as possible.